You know, if you do persecution ministry for 20 plus years, there's something you have to guard against. And this is me being honest, and it is despair. And I say that because it's not probably a big surprise, but you think about what are you constantly seeing with persecution? It's just torture and murder and attacks and imprisonment. It's just the worst that the world can throw at God's kingdom and his people. And so you really have to guard against that. And it's not just persecution. You know, you look at what's going on in the church in the Western world. Look at what's going on with the church in the United States. And I'm not saying there's nothing good going on, but my gosh, the church is beaten down and it's afraid, and the constant message. And then, if you want to get more discouraged, look back at church history. This has gone on since the beginning. And this isn't even the worst of it right now. This isn't the worst of it. We've been through horrendous periods. Horrendous. And yet you look at what does the scripture say is the end of the story? We know that we win. He wins, really, not we, but Jesus wins in the end. He says his gospel is going to go to the ends of the earth. There is a river described that comes out of God's temple in heaven that comes down to earth. It's just a trickle. And the longer it goes, the wider it gets and the deeper it gets until it covers the whole earth like the sea. That is his kingdom. We win in the end. And yet you put those two together and you say, how can it be? Again, I'm giving you my history. How can it be? My gosh, those two don't fit. You know, in John 9:5, there's the coolest passage. You've seen it a million times, and I don't know. It just struck me afresh recently. But Jesus healed a man blind from birth, and he healed him from blindness. And what did he do to do that? And he spat on the ground, and he made mud, and he rubbed it in the man's eyes. And what an ironic thing, right? The irony, I think, was always lost to me. But I'm that man. Because the mud in my eyes was persecution, and it caused me to be blind and to doubt and to not even, and just to say, how could it be? How can we win in the end? And then I saw that we win in the end because, not in spite of, but because of persecution. It'd take me an hour to unpack it all. You've heard me do it in pieces and lots of different little videos, so I won't do it here. But the church wins in the end, not in spite of, but because of persecution. They have so much to teach us. God said that to me repeatedly from the beginning. Listen to the persecuted. They have such a message that's so important and must be shared with the world. We win in the end because of persecution. Thank you for taking care of your brothers out of the front lines and your sisters. God bless.